secretly followed them, like she didn't want the dad to see her, but then she was like in their business, keeping her at distance, and then she saw the dad seductively touching this woman and kissing her. I want you to put yourself. I want you to put yourself in her shoes. Yeah. Your dad, your dad. You know how we respect our parents.
Yeah.
It's one thing for your dad to have another family. Sorry, Rukia, are you with me?
Yes.
She has never seen this woman before, but the woman looks rich. Woman looks like she has things figured out, but he's the deal breaker. She looks hotter than the man. She acknowledges it. She's like, this
Definitely,
woman
has to go for
is
a chick
hot.
Hotter.
Yeah, that's
Now,
This
she
one is
doesn't
disappointing
know.
at
Listen,
all.
this is the dilemma that Brittany is in. She doesn't know whether to be mad at her father, go and tell her mom, because this has entirely changed the perspective on her dad.
Yeah.
The man she once respected, she doesn't have the respect for him anymore, and she sees her dad sing together. However, she is traumatized as her. Like she feels like she doesn't belong anymore. Does she leave the home? Does she tell the mother? She hasn't even told her siblings. Does she involve them? Does she confront the dad and tell him, I saw you, what Agwan, what's happening? What does she do? That's what we're discussing today on the Red Seat on 0707
No.
102 102. I'm with
Even my siblings. Now, this is between me and Mzee. So what I do, number one, is to talk to Mzee. Tell him, Daddy, we need to
Imagine
sit.
I'm your Mzee.
Yes.
Let's have that discussion
I'm
together.
like, Daddy, we need to talk.
Okay.
Number one, I was, let me say, they were in Zanzibar. I was in Zanzibar the days you were there. I saw and watched everything. I'm not
Is
willing
that
to
your
tell mom.
business? Hey.
That is not, number one is I'm not willing to tell my mom. I'm
Yes.
not willing to tell mom. Because you can't tell me that's not my business. It's my business. You're my dad. I'm watching you do stuff with another woman. And I know mom is home waiting for you. Probably you lied to all of us. That you're somewhere else.
Yes, yes,
So it's your business. It's my business. Fully my business.
yes.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm not willing to tell mom.
Yes.
But I can't stand looking at you every day. I want to move out. That is what.
You move out of the home.
Yes.
This is a couple that has lasted several years. Maybe they have been married 20, 30 years. So for Brittany to see something at 21 years, she doesn't know what the mother has been through with her dad for all these years, for starters. Now, for me, as if I was Brittany, I would have a conversation with my mom. And the conversation wouldn't be reporting my dad. You're asking her general questions. As in, Mommy, I'm going to get married someday. You know, I am thinking about getting married or bringing a fiancé home or something. Create a perspective. And then
Let me first
read
paint a
her
picture.
mind
Fam,
from
let
the
me first paint a
perspective.
picture.
Yeah.
Let me start with Myra. What? Mommy is still around.
Yeah.
What's the deepest conversation you've ever had with your mom?
Now, friends that the daughter relationship.
Okay.
Because she's like 15
So
years
what's the
older than me.
deepest conversation you've ever had with her? You told her the day you lost your goat. If you say your mother, your sister, you see,
No,
which,
listen.
which
I didn't
means
tell her that
if you say your mother, your sister, you see,
No,
which,
listen.
which
I didn't
means
tell her that day.
okay, yeah.
I
What's
didn't tell her
the
that day.
deepest conversation you've ever had with your mom?
The deepest.
Okay, yeah.
I
What's
didn't tell her
the
that day.
deepest conversation you've ever had with your mom?
The deepest conversation. I think it was about painful sex.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, like painful, like how Kalipa being painful, and she was asking like how painful, and
Okay.
then I told her, and then
Then
she
she
told her,
recommended
okay,
some
I've
boo.
experienced the same thing someday. I've experienced the same thing, but
Recommended some
I've
boo.
experienced the same thing someday. I've experienced the same thing, but probably it's because of this and this and that. We talked about it, and then went and saw a doctor.
That's very deep.
Yeah,
man.
it is, but that's the
even-
kind of. So
Yeah.
if a girl that can have such kind of a relationship,
yeah.
it means she can have the conversation you suggested.
Yeah.
Rukia, I'm going to ask the same question. What's the deepest conversation you've ever had with your mom?
The deepest, I think, after deciding that I'm going to get married, yeah, we had a conversation on how
To handle it, man.
yeah.
Man, she did a
Oh,
good
you
job.
see that?
She did a
Because-
good job.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So a mature girl can have a
Yes.
conversation with her mom. That
Okay.
can be intimate. And then when I read how my mom responds, then I will know what next action to take.
Wouldn't it be better to protect your mother and talk to your dad instead?
No,
His dad
no,
is
no,
still
no, no,
around.
no, no.
Yeah.
Me, I think
why I
it's-
feel like the relationship dad is
No,
still
no, no,
around.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
Do-
Me, I
why,
think
why I
it's-
feel like the relationship between a girl child and the father is better than a relationship between, I don't know, I could be wrong. Me, my parents are they're not here, so I don't
the
know
way
how those
Myra said,
relationships
even my
work.
parents are not here. Actually, my mom died when I was like 15 years old. So I believe that a mother is like a sister. You know, at the end of the day, like you're looking at your sister and you're speaking to her in that perspective, especially when you have grown up as a girl. Now you're not a teenager anymore.
Yes.
The moment you hit 20,
Yes.
now you can have those open conversations
Yes.
with your mom. Now you look at her as your elder sister.
Okay.
And then move in that direction. So I believe that girls should stick with their mothers and understand where their mothers are coming from or where they are going, and also how
that you would have told your mom or dad about, and then a couple of years down the road, you see your mother being chased out of the house with you guys. You see your father leaving your mother emotionally, financially, and physically. But remember, go wachira banokola chi? No sirika, and you see the tears of your mother. Would you ever forgive yourself?
No,
Honestly.
of course you'd never forget. But Henry, let me tell you, a 21-year-old girl as a last born, seriously, we are not seeing a situation where the man is throwing out this woman.
Ibam.
No. We are not.
It
We are
happens
not
even after
seeing.
30 years.
No. Because Brittany has been clear. She has said that she even had the parents doing twa. You get it. After was it after the incident?
Yeah,
After
this
the
is 2
incident.
months after, 2 months down the road. Yes.
After the incident, I feel like when the parents are that old, grown, really, we are not seeing incidents of the man chasing out.
No, it happens. Don't rule it out. It happens. Omusajja afuna omukyala n'amuwugula regardless.
And then secondly,
Yes.
the other woman you're saying is already a fulfilled woman. The way she described her.
She looks rich.
Yeah, she probably even could be also a married woman who is doing an away game.
Yeah.
You get it? She's
All right.
like, let's meet up a weekend and, chill.
Tubuulire
And then
gwe
again,
ky'olowooza,
you
yes.
guys, we don't know the weaknesses of, because we might think their marriage is perfect, that the mother is the perfect mother, but maybe she's not. Maybe she's doing things that are pushing her husband to go and look outside for something. Respectfully,
Obviously.
he is doing it in
Yes,
secret.
a man can't cheat without reason. The
Yes.
same- the same
I
woman
know
can't
some
cheat
shit with
without
no
a reason.
reason.
All right, let us know. Talk to us on 0707102102. Brittany yagenda ne bakyali be abawala ku katrip ne basangayo taata wa Brittany. Tuyagamba abakyali be yakigumira naye n'akola save n'asanga taata we ng'alina pikini omulala omukazi omulala n'abalaba nga beenywegera n'alaba luumu gye bagendamu. Kimukosezza tamanyi oba agambe maama we oba amuleke, tamanyi oba agambe taata we oba agambe baganda be. Brittany ye last born. Gwe kikyolowooza ku noti musanvu emunoti bbiri. This is the Red Seat. We're going to dive into your responses after the break. Tovao.
The Red Seat mu mid-morning tukone every Wednesday sawa mukaga to 1 p.m. Waliwo abuuzizaako engeri y'okulaakulanya mu bizinensi yo naye nga tomanyi wakutandikira? Okimanyi tuyinza okuba otuuse ku buwanguzi? Weesabire looni okuva mu Numida ne bakugonnomolako miliyoni za Uganda 10 bweddu. Tuli wamu nammwe abeeyiya nga bamakanika, ababotiiki, abalina ebintu bye mwekolera, aba woteeri, ate ng'okusasula kwangu nnyo. Kusasula okuva ku nnaku 15 paka ku nnaku 6. Okulaakulanya bizinensi yo kati kyangu nnyo. Genda ku Presto wakati onoonye Numida osabe looni yo okulakulane. Tukubire ku nooti 8 100 oba ku WhatsApp ku 0787 56 49 oba tukyalireko ku mutimbagano gwaffe ogwa www.numida.com. Numida, kulaakulanya bizinensi yo.
With our SME temporary overdrafts and access to unsecured loan amounts of up to 50 million with no security required. Call or WhatsApp us on 0757 378 603 or email us on contactcenterug@ug.kcbbankgroup.com. KCB Bank Uganda, for people for better.
Abadde babetinga nga tebali kagwirawo bataawa balowooza sizoni yaweddeko tekyali kuwangula kati nno ffe ababetingira kagwirawo mutusse enseko kubanga okuwangula tekukoma kati tuli ku Virtual Games Casino ne Aviator. Funayo amagye amatono teekayo mu dakiika nnyo oba owangudde, buli dakiika nnyo oba owangudde okitegeera. Owakasimu akatono nyiga *185*3*2# ku Airtel oba ku MTN onyiga *165*4#. Ku website ku www.kagwirawo.ug. Kagwirawo olungamizibwa National Gaming Board. Kagwirawo, bet simple.
We are back on air. This is Galaxy FM 100.2. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you tuned in from. It's 26 minutes. We are winding down the red seat. I'm with Rukia, Myra K, and Pamela Isamara. We're going to give you a different edition of what happens behind the scenes, because I feel like the Mbozi, when the microphones are off, is different from the Mbozi when the microphones are on. But we want to learn, we want to inspire, and we want to over each into our chase anyway. This is Galaxy. What do you think?
Good afternoon, Mr. Henry, Pamela, Myra, Rukia, Before I go any further, I want to say our parents' secrets and wrongdoings are not ours to carry. So woba okitegedde bwotyo oyina omuntu omu gw'olina okugamba information yeyo gwesinga okuaffectinga, that's your mom. Maama wo kansubire watuta ebifaananyi nti olina wa maama wo information yeyo yalondewo kyagenda ogikozesa.
Unfortunately, I don't agree with you, and I'm going to tell you why. You see, telling your mother is okay, but being the reason why your family breaks up is also a totally different thing. Because mama inzobanga achimanyi, but the fact that you walk to her and tell her,
she's like, that's shame.
abagamba kati n'abaana batandise okitegeera tokyampa kitiibwa twakkiriziganya kola bibi eyo abaana baffe toba involving. The fact that, excuse me, it has happened, there's nothing you can do. The fact that you've shown her that, you know, even your siblings might hate you. They'll be like, you're 21. You wouldn't keep a secret like that. Why didn't you keep quiet? That, for me, that's my opinion. Galaxy, what do you think?
Hey, Galaxy. Good afternoon. Thanks for the show. Mr. Henry, Pamela, Myra, and Rukia.
Yes.
Good afternoon. I think Brittany shouldn't tell the mom. She should even bury that secret. If at all the dad is still acting up as like the dad.
Yes.
Not showing any sign of cheating, still respecting the mom.
Yes, but you can't confront him because naye yabadde tekimanyi nti
Rukia, what are you saying?
For me, I think instead of talking to the mom, I prefer like our dads always have that bestie in their sisters to talk to that.
You still insist again, they was saying
and you may find out it's
far much better than talking direct to the mom.
Okay, we are dealing with a lot of ifs, but let us be logical and apply logic here. If she tells the mom, definitely coward them. The mom might know or might not know, but the fact that she's coming to tell her, kibakitegeeza omusajja atandise omuyisaamu nnyo amaaso nti n'abaana batandise okukola ki olaba empisa ze, so that's a no-go. She can't tell the mom, regardless of what the relationship is. Bajja kwawukana, ajja kwawula family, and she'll never forgive herself, being the reason the family broke up. So, that is erased. Mami tumulese. Telling the dad is better than telling the mom, because the dad will now, if your dad sat you down and told you their bedroom secrets with your mom will cease to be the hero in your eyes. You understand? You've seen men that have come out and made the women look bad in the family. Omukazi andoga, omukazi akola bwati, tampa kitiibwa. You also don't respect your mother. And the other way, the vice versa is true. A woman, when a mother comes and says, musajja gwe oli mwenzi, oli mwavu, totuwa kitiibwa, you also don't look at the father in that regard. So, it is safer to tell the dad. However, telling the dad will salvage her relationship permanently with her mom.
There's
but
no safety in
the
telling
family might be
okay.
Option number 3, keeping quiet. Now, keeping
She
quiet
might be
is
traumatized.
traumatizing
Traumatized.
her.
But let's look into what Rukia is talking about.
Yes.
Finding out, because there's always that closest to dad.
Why are you thinking about
That you-
For
Masaka?
me, I don't
Why-
believe
She's
it.
thinking about Masaka, but let's talk about Rukai.
I said Rukia.
She said Rukia.
I mean Rukia.
It's a joke, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Masaka. It's the way home.
Olinotekateka enkoko y'amahanda. Anyhow, yes.
People. Okay, Myra, you finish your
Yes.
submission. I
So
respond
it could
to
also be a way out, because there's always that Senga that you know is very close to dad.
Yes.
Probably Senga is even aware about this woman. So you could have a conversation with Senga, because what she needs now is to put it off her chest.
Her chest, yeah.
She needs to
She could talk to Senga.
someone. Yeah.
But the problem would be talking to Senga, next Senga.
I also don't agree with that, and I'm
Yupo,
going to tell you
I
why.
don't know.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
an old couple.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You cannot start taking family business outside to outside people, because first of all, they have built a foundation. You know, there are couples who actually people look up to, that they, even the Sengas do not know their secrets, and they look up to them and they glorify them. So the moment you go telling the Senga, obviously it's going to become public
I
information.
don't think.
Senga is going to maybe tell her other sister.
Exactly.
who she's close to.
Olugambo
They say,
lutambule,
"Ah."
But
and
I
eventually
think-
lujja
I
batuukamu.
don't
Yeah.
think there is a, and I've not seen it. That you have like a dad who doesn't have a sister that is very close.
Nze kankugambe
Yeah.
ne wabeera close
People,
kasita
eh.
biyingiramu booki wano
Yeah.
kasita biyingiramu ebintu ebyo
By
weesirikira.
the you'd rather share it with your sibling
Exactly.
than having to share it with the other Senga.
Tetunaba
outside
assessing
Senga.
a possibility eyo.
We have a
Yeah.
siblings. Because they're
now.
even older.
They are
They are
older,
older.
but
But what?
you're
another fire.
you're transferring your trauma.
to someone
So you'd
else.
rather
other
So
people.
you guys are saying you'd rather transfer your trauma to someone outside the family
Yes.
than transferring your trauma to someone within the family
Me.
who's actually even at within a close age range with the mother, who understands
Nze
and who can
kyengamba,
give
Who is
listen.
probably also married.
Yes, who is
going
married,
through the same
who can
Thank you.
give her-
Listen,
huh,
there's
who can
one
give you better
possibility
advice.
that we have all not talked about, and this is the one I have.
Mind your business.
Shut up and mind your business.
It is affecting.
No,
That's
listen,
what I know.
listen,
Yeah,
listen,
don't
listen,
try.
listen, listen.
No.
You'll fail exams and get trauma. Your boyfriend will break up with you and get trauma. The measure of your adulthood is how much information you. I do therapy for people.
Yeah.
Someone will tell you something, even people you know, like even here. Omuntu nakugamba ekintu ku muntu n'omuyitako nga buli lunaku okimanyi naye nga tokimugamba nga wakyesigaliza because you handled that situation. So if we are all to go trauma, if someone tells me, am I not going to die of trauma?
Henry,
It's not the first trauma that she's going to have. She's 21. If this happened to a 16-year-old,
You would be
I would understand.
Henry,
You're
Henry,
21.
Henry.
You have grown. Mind your business.
Henry,
That's
it's
trauma we are
impossible
looking at
to
here
to mind
is
your
the trauma of your parents.
Yes.
Nga okyali mu nyumba yaabwe.
Evayo.
You
No,
wake up
even-
every
Eventually
morning.
you'll have to leave.
Yeah, but now you're home.
Yes.
You see your dad come. You know, has someone ever pissed you off and they don't know they pissed you off? Nga oyina engeri gye batunuliramu. Like your dad comes in and you're like,
Let me ask.
Henry, one of the worst things that someone would do is to bottle up
Yes.
things within themselves. You must always find someone trusted.
At what-
That's why
at
Rukia
what
is saying
cost? At
that
what
her
cost?
trusted source
Yes.
would be a Senga.
At
You get
what
it?
cost?
Myra's trusted source would
him,
be the dad.
my dad.
And
Yes.
me, I'm telling you, my trusted source would be the mom. But not to spill the secret to her, but to just speak and understand her perspective. As in, if dad cheated,
actually-
how would you react to it? And I'm not
Pam.
telling you that dad has cheated, but I want to see how you would, and then I would
But
feel
you-
better,
Uh-huh.
and either feel better at the end of the
Knowing
day.
what
now
you'll do.
Knowing.
suppose you know
Yeah.
if she fought if like suppose it doesn't turn the conversation doesn't turn out the way you want it to.
Nakugamba ha
Nakugamba-
ngenderawo.
Nowaliwo butakugamba
Now,
ngenderawo, but she
Ganerawo,
talks to
why
you in
would
a
I
way.
tell her? Because I know that's going to traumatize her and torture her. You get
But
at
you,
the end of the
because
day.
mothers are mothers, she might outsmart you wakati mumboze.
Ategeera.
Hey.
Okay, for me, I say shut up, mind your business. You've grown, you have more problems. You
Talk
will
to
you
someone.
probably also
Talk to
abort.
someone.
You will probably
needs to
suffer
talk to
alone. They'll probably break your heart. You probably ojja kuyita mu bizibu by'ong'omuntu.
Henry,
Yes.
talk to someone, because at 21 you're also looking at one day getting married. Those are the girls you see will say, I'll never get married.
Yeah.
I
No,
just
You know
want
what
a
my
kid.
dad did to my mom?
Don't
Yes.
listen. Sigaza ekizibu kyo fa nakyo.
no,
Noti musanvu emu noti bbiri. I want to hear your opinion on what do you think about this. I'm saying keep quiet. Rukia is saying agende wasenga. Pamela is saying talk to the mom, but indirectly, like how? Really?
I just gave you an example.
She
When you're
will
21-year-old, you can't even bring
The
a
best
scenario.
person to
You
Yes.
can't even bring
is
a
your dad.
scenario of, mommy, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah.
I have a boyfriend who I want to marry. He's like my fiancé. However, I realize he's cheating on me. You people.
Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Not to Musambu, not to Musambu. Emuno Tibiri. This is Galaxy.
Good afternoon, guys. Look here, welcome back. Pam, Myra, Mr. Henry, mulimu kyabanange. Nze ndowooza nti abali mu mukwano and mami ne daddy baba baludde, so they know each other. Your mom can tell when your dad is cheating. Naye asalawo n'asirika busirisi. So I think their problem is their problem and it's not my problem. Me, I know my dad has a child outside, and I'm sure that child is my brother. You know, because I tested him.
Hey.
Abafanana brother wange bichi.
Yes.
Aliawo tabera walanye, but I know he's my brother. Don't worry, they're not listening in. I know. So, but the day when the day comes and they need to introduce that brother of ours to us, I will welcome it because I know, you know. And my other brother knows because I told him, and I was like, this is not our business, it's their business.
Yes.
I don't want to be the one to break my mother's heart.
Okay, I mean, I don't want to assume Brittany is alone in this situation. We could be having a lot of people out there who are going through the same. We are almost out of time. Take a call audio. How did you handle this? How did you do this? On 0707102102. In the meantime, we're also still seeking your opinion. Martha, how are you?
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
n'abalala bonna musiibye mutya
Tuli bulungi.
tuyo ku mulamwa nze mbadde nteesa nze bwe ndaba incident eyo ng'eguddewo nkiziika because first and foremost mba simanyi kutuuka ku gino emyaka gye mba nnemu at 21 years of age. Basimanyi bazadde bange kye bazzenga bayitamu, most especially my mom. Basimanyi byazze ayitamu, basimanyi bimeeka byagumidde.
So why do you want to come and become the reason?
Because the moment I try like nti kale sigala kiraga taata wange, sigala kiraga mami wange, nkirage njogere ne dad, era still dad tagenda kubaamu nangeri yonna gye neesigamu, nti I will never ever speak out that thing to my mom. Era ajja kubeera nga okitega nti ne bwe bafunyemu ka misunderstanding gine mukyala we ajja koza oba nyina kye namugamba. Okitega nti kyenkola nkiziika, mama n'afaafaagana lolo, as long as nti dad asigala respectinga mama wange oba takimulagangako nti he's cheating on her, he's providing everything at home, buli kimu kitambula bunyongera nkireka oba kinnumya bitya oba kiti because I myself one day I wake up when I'm into the same situation of my mom.
Yes.
So naffe tulina okuyiga okugumira ebintu. Okitegeera okireka n'ogamba because it's not the first time okuwulira nti abasajja benda naye kasita asigala nga akipinga respect y'omukazi we n'amuvaliwenga n'abaana be, era naye okukikola yali tamanyi nti omwana we ajja kumulaba one of his kids ajja mutegeera.
Thank you. Rukia, as we're concluding this, you are Brittany. With now what people are saying, do you really still go to your singer?
She's all I can tell you. First, she has lost respect for that dad.
Yes,
second, she's traumatized because there are families whereby it's normal, like the dad normally cheats. Yeah, but there is that family whereby the kids know our dad could never cheat.
Yes.
With that situation, that child obviously is traumatized. She needs to talk to someone.
Yes.
Even if it's not a singer or a friend, but she needs to talk to someone so that she goes through that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I see. There's something you want to say. Yeah.
But also, Brittany, at 21, you know these things happen. You know men cheat. You know.
Someone has said that. Someone has said something very funny. Bukale, no, but I'm not going to read it for the interest of Brittany. We don't want to add on her trauma. But anyway, this is what he has said. Bukale Wenzo sang and Brittany. si muwala w'oyo musajja.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I really wouldn't want to.
That's not
Brittany, pretend you've not heard that. Galaxy.
Hi, Mr. Henry
Yes.
and the team, the Red Seat. Good afternoon. Banang, to us Muslim, that doesn't make news. Ekisooka kya byonna, Brittany ajje ebirowoozo bye mu relationships za kitaawe kirungi takwanye mwana muto teyamulaba na mwana muto meaning waliwo essanyu maama we lyatatuusa ku taata we ate era essanyu oli omukyala lyatafuna eri bbaawe. I don't think these two people waliwo buli omu kyanoonyako munne era buli omu kyeyenoonyako it is that the sex. Me I be here I even know some mothers nga mama wange tabamanyi nga bali official be bamanyi naye nga waliyo abatali official nga tenze mbamanyi ebyo tebimukwatako. The issue is wasaba ekintu, does she get the requirements on time? Tebabunda omanyi waba omusajja ayenda nga n'awaka wamunemye olabirira. Those are different things. Naye ebisigadde it's none of her business. Afokasinge ku bimuyamba.
I really like you. Is she traumatized? Mwabogera ku trauma. By the way, you need to stop with that nonsense of trauma. Musimanyi trauma. Trauma.
It depends.
1, 2 things. Good
I
trauma.
am looking at you two, trivializing trauma. And I'm wondering, Henry and Myra, actually, you guys
is this
feel
one
trauma.
traumatized?
Yes.
Who knows other mothers who the mother doesn't know about?
You know, she has...
I know, she says she's a Muslim.
Yeah, she's a Muslim. And then there's people like Rukia said earlier. They have built a strong skin based on what they have seen. It's like a child growing up from 10 years, seeing the mom beating the dad, the mom beating them, fighting. And then at 20 years, you expect them to be surprised that dad beat mom.
They're saying I'm traumatized.
And they say I'm traumatized. No. But there's a situation where a kid has grown up knowing these people are like the ideal couple. And then it disturbs their mind. They're actually not okay. Yeah. Now, I think that Brittany, the only way that Brittany will be okay is if she has a conversation with her mother.
Yes.
And the conversation should not be spilling. You get it? Just even a simple conversation of, Mommy, how is marriage for you? I want to get married someday. How, you know, like.
But what else are you expecting from a mother?
What?
That's what I was telling
Pam.
You people, I want to tell you something.
As a mother.
Now let me speak as a mother.
Thank you.
If my 21-year-old divorce, that is very far, but if my 21-year-old daughter came to me and told me about marriage, you get it? Like the way Rukia just told you that she had a conversation with her mama, serious conversation, when she told her she's getting married. When a daughter comes to you at an older age and is speaking about issues of marriage, as a mother, you are going to open up. You're going to open up and tell her. You're not going to tell her deep things. Of course, there are some mothers who will say, but you know your dad, or you are, like he has kids scattered around. There's some mothers who can spill.
Yes.
But then there are mothers who will not spill, but will find hidden ways of telling you that, you know what, these things actually happen in marriage. You get it? Are there marriages where men don't cheat? Are there marriages? Have those conversations. When you feel your mom is okay, whether the man has cheated or not, but when you feel like your mom is okay,
then you tell her.
You don't tell her. you feel better because at the end of the day.
So you're doing it for your own therapy.
For your own
therapy.
Yes,
and you know your next action could be, if I can't stand being with my dad, let me leave. Let me find a place where I can go, maybe stay with my friends until I can get this over with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Myra.
You 21 being home, still home, probably the parents want her there.
Girls live like at 25.
20,
Yeah.
That's
21, it's
that's
most
the
likely you're still home. Ngojeko mwabetumikiriza endabeera mu hostel ngogenda beera ne Andrew.
Bomala hostel and you graduate, you don't want to go back home.
You can't, yes.
But you can handle
so probably
it,
she's home not because she wants to be home, but she has a choice to leave, but because the parents won't let her leave. That's what I mean. My submission. That's what I was looking at. At 21, you're still home, meaning your parents still want you there. There is no way you're going to tell them, I want to leave. Just
then
like
stay.
That.
You're not going to die.
You're not going to die, but you're looking at a person lie to your mom.
First of all, I'll stick with my principle. Shut up. You're an adult. You're not a 13-year-old running around telling your mom everything like you're an adult. That's your cross to bear. How you handle it, I don't care. If you go into depression, you will not die. You know one thing.
Even depression kills.
But you won't die. Like but listen,
kills.
let me learn. The only problem,
You people.
The only
Yeah,
problem
I-
I'm seeing here is bw'akimanya n'akisirikira maama we n'akimanya assuming maama we abadde takimanyi before family neeyawukana she will
not her
live with the
problem.
regret that nandibadde nakitaasa oba kyandibadde kyajja mangu
No,
singa
that's not her
nagamba
business,
But
Henry. That's not her
21 years you're not
business,
breastfeeding, so there's nothing you need your mother for anymore.
I
She
don't
gave
say
birth
there's
to
nothing
you.
need
There's
your
not.
mother
What
for.
do you need your mother
Henry,
for
you
at
don't
21?
need your parents. No. I don't have parents.
Yeah, I've not
But if
survived
I
with
were-
them for a
if I
while.
were-
That
if
will
I-
always be my
Henry, because
principle.
That is how you
Because
grow
they
Your
are not
parents,
around.
but that
Henry,
devil
me, I'm
they
going
had.
to wake up. I'm going to wake up now like I miss my mom and I can't wait for
Ah,
the weekend. I
Twara
just
Kuria
want to
miss.
go and sleep on her laps and then come back and work.
That is
Like, that's it.
hopelessness.
Because
Listen,
she's there. You're
for
saying
me-
that because she's. But if
But
she were there, you would also do
No,
the same
your,
thing.
your parents did only one responsibility to you. To fertilize you and give birth to you. How do you expect babies that are born in hospital without parents?
Henry,
Haven't they turned out to be
parents
mature
They
people?
turn out, but
it's
if
a
they're
parent's
still
responsibility
around.
to nurture
What are they
children.
still nurturing from
So-
you at 21?
You're
At
still
21?
under their care. The moment you get out of their care is when maybe the nurturing can stop, but then you can still rely on them for advice because you have been built on their principles and values.
Sometimes
That's how
it's
you've
not
grown
even
up.
advice, you
Henry,
just want to be around her.
For you, there's some
And
people
then-
who find theft is okay because they have grown up on principles that and values.
Oba
of their
onoonya
parents.
ekintu genda obbe.
There are people who will be like my like the Muslims. My father has to have 4 wives. They have grown up
Or
on that
even more than
principle.
4.
Yes, they have grown up on it, so it's normal and it's okay. So you can always go back to them because they are the people that nurtured you into the person that you are.
In the
And so
eventuality
they're
that they are
important.
not around,
But-
will
but
you die?
Bottom line is, like I said at the end of the
Yes.
at the beginning, you should mind your business as the child.
Thank you.
Because your parents' issues are theirs. The mother could know that the man is already cheating.
Thank you.
But she wouldn't tell you.
Thank you.
However, don't bottle it up because you need someone to talk to, either a sibling, but do not confront anyone about the situation. Don't confront your dad and say, I saw you cheating.
Okay, but
Don't
then
confront your mom and say, Dad cheated on
listen,
you.
this is the
But
most
I will have
important.
that conversation.
And
This
then
is,
just mind
this
your
is the
business.
most important take home I want us to have from this discussion. What your parents do when you're 21, it's no longer
It's
monkey
not
see,
really
monkey
your
do.
business. Yeah.
Because we have boys who start cheating because they've seen their fathers cheat.
yeah.
We have boys who beat women because they've seen their fathers beat women.
Very true.
We have girls who start playing men because they've seen their mothers play men.
But we've seen girls who have grown up in families where their mother has been with one man and they're also playing boys.
Thank you. It happens. Make your own decisions as a human being. The good thing is that by 21, you understand the anatomy of a human being. You understand how the brain functions. You understand that
You've probably
nabo
even been
bantu,
cheated on, like
thank
by
you.
3 boyfriends.
Okimanyi
You're
nti-
also cheating.
nabo
You're also
bantu nga gwe. Try as much as possible to separate your emotions, to separate your lifestyle, to separate your finances and everything from your parents. You're not dependent on them anymore. They will still make mistakes. We've seen people who collapse on barriers, like children. Bakuletede sister were hotter than you, older than you, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or you see young siblings you've never known about, and then you're mourning your dad, but then you lose respect for the person you're putting into the ground. I understand that that's adulthood. It has happened. My last question: if it was the other way around, if she had gone to that place and found the mother with another man, Myra, what would you have done? You find your mommy with another jama, your mommy in a see-through, beer thong.
That would be embarrassing.
I'm already imagining.
You're picturing it. Yeah, what would you do? What would you do? Let's not sacrifice the father here alone. Let's put the mother in the situation because it can happen. Because I want to feel like that woman also was there, has a daughter. I'm thinking because the description is she's a mature woman. What would you do if you find your mother?
Now, I told you guys my relationship with my mom. So after everything, I'll be like, Mommy, what's going on?
You saw her kissing.
Yeah. Mommy, what's going on? Change again our mass. And of course, we will have that conversation. With my mom,
You
we'll
can have that.
conversation.
You see?
That's why I told you, even if it was my dad,
Yes.
we will have the conversation.
And
Rukia,
then you blackmail him later.
Yeah, because
you find your mom. Let's assume this is your mom. What would you have done?
Since I'm a girl, she's a woman.
And talk to her.
I can talk to her.
You can't talk to her.
But
it's embarrassing.
No,
I'll
a
tell
girl,
her,
like
"Mom."
if it was a boy seeing the father, a boy can confront her dad. But a girl,
Confronting a man.
It's not proper.
No, it's not, there's nothing not being proper. These are my parents. You know, for me, sometimes when my parents, like when things, when you have like those, like those
Have you
issues.
ever confronted your dad?
For me, many times.
Like for e.g. example, matters.
For
to
example, one time I did something. Because me and my mom character-wise are like opposite. My mom is like very stubborn, very crazy.
Your mom is stubborn.
Very, like, if I say my mom is stubborn and you think I'm stubborn, then you can imagine. Sometimes I did something and my dad said, she's just like your mom. I'm like, yo, Bali Banj. You picked that one.
You told that to your father?
Yes. Like, Bali Banj, you picked that one. Naliyo?
This is Gen Z.
It's the way she was brought up. You get it? It's the way she was brought up.
Like, we have those conversations.
The parents are like, cool, we can have those conversations.
Pam, as we're concluding your final remarks.
For me, I just feel like I understand where Brittany. I don't know if I feel, but because I've never had the parents being there in that position. But I know that she's probably going through a little bit of trauma, especially for her mother. She's just feeling for her mother. What is my mom going through? But Brittany, what I have to tell you is that this is a couple that is probably been married for like 20, 30 years. You are just hey, So now, really, for the father to cheat and you not to expect your mom to know, because first of all, women's first instinct. Women usually have that instinct.
They always know
when their men are cheating or when they always know their husbands. So at the end of the day, I want you to know that your mom probably has an idea about your dad. But now at her age, I mean, she's like done with things of I should trail a man because he has a woman outside. There are some ages really where a woman can't say, let me follow. So at the end of the day, you just need to mind your business.
Thank you.
Just mind your business, stick to your lane, but talk to someone. Don't bottle up because you're going to feel like all men are like that. So talk to someone. If it's an elder sibling, I don't agree with the singer because I feel it's taking matters out. Me, I would talk to my mom and find a way. Yes. Talk to her and find a way of understanding whether she's okay or not.
Indirectly,
okay, I'll just feel better.
If she's not okay, what are you going to do?
If she's okay, I'll talk to somebody else. You get it? Maybe my elder sibling or something, and then maybe feel better after.
As we conclude,
Mr. Henry,
thank you. I get a lot of calls. Now listen,
better.
Sometimes a stranger is better because they can't put a face to your mom and dad. But listen, adulthood is a constant. Like as long as your heart is beating, and you have a soul, you have to grow. We don't choose the situations that arise. For example, I might be here in probably like at Galaxy, and you are going down and you find over someone stealing something or what. I don't know. But you need to understand that certain things do not concern you. Because now if I find Myra in a mess, for example, and then I'm forced to go and tell general manager, and then she's fired, it's going to be on my conscience forever. You understand? So I mind my business and let karma do its thing. Like you're not a judge. You're not here to judge people. You've done wrong, you've done right. You don't know what's happening in the heat of the moment in that situation. So be mature enough. You're 21. You're above 18. You probably you're not a virgin, which means you've also had your own encounters. Handle it as much as possible.
There's something my mom said one time. I think they had a disagreement with my stepdad, and then something happened, and then we were having a conversation about it. So I think she saw that I was taking things too personal. She told me, Olava, now take this as an example. I went to the market, I picked my tomatoes. Whatever comes with these tomatoes that I picked them. I'll deal with it. If I picked a tomato that has maybe some parts that is not right, I know how to cut it and still use the tomato to cook.
Oh yeah.
So whatever happens between me and this man, I picked him myself. I'll deal with you.
Thank you. Melanie is saying, this is the last one I'm reading, I promise. Nekwata ne baganda bange bulungi nnyo netunoonya omukazi oyo n'atunnyonnyola kyakola.
This is the Mid-Morning Tukone ku 100.2 Galaxy FM.
Zina.
Join the Uganda Cooperative Alliance and the Ministry